Life in the darkness. Bartimaeus, son of Timaeus, a blind beggar, sitting by the roadside in Jericho. Blindness means the inability to earn a living independently, complete reliance on the charity of others. Sitting by the road symbolizes societal exclusion and being forgotten. Bartimaeus is the image of misfortune and despair from which one cannot free oneself. The cry that broke barriers. He heard that Jesus of Nazareth was passing by. Bartimaeus didn't just whisper, he cried out with all his might, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." This is a cry of faith, calling him the Son of David, a title for the Messiah, and desperation. The surrounding crowd rebuked him and told him to be quiet. They wanted to maintain order and didn't want the lowly person to bother the prophet. When forbidden, he did not become silent but cried out all the more. A sincere, urgent prayer is never extinguished by the world's rebukes. A moved heart. Jesus stopped. Bartimaeus couldn't go to the Lord, but his cry made the Lord of the universe stop for him. The cry of a beggar was stronger than the haste of the crowd and the Lord's schedule. Jesus commanded that the blind man be called. The people who had previously rebuked him now had to encourage him. "Take heart. Get up. He is calling you." He threw off his cloak, sprang up, and came to Jesus. The cloak was his most valuable possession, his blanket, his container for alms. Throwing it off demonstrates abandoning everything to come to the Lord in absolute faith that he would no longer need it. What do you want me to do for you? The Lord wants us to clearly define what we are asking for, not to pray vaguely. "Teacher, let me recover my sight." "Go your way, your faith has made you well." And immediately he recovered his sight and followed him on the way. The healing was not only a physical miracle, it was the transformation of his life from a beggar by the road to a disciple following him. Lessons for today. Never think your need is too small or your prayer too weak for the Lord to hear. Don't let your own doubt, or the rebuke of others, prevent you from calling out. Be decisive in throwing off your cloak, abandoning the old dependencies, fears, or anything that hinders you, to run to the Lord. Like Bartimaeus, be brave and raise your urgent cry today. Jesus is always stopping to listen to sincere cries for help. A life cast out. A man with leprosy. Religiously unclean. According to the law of Moses, a leper was ceremonially unclean and had to be separated from the community. Socially isolated. He had to live outside the camp and cry out, "Unclean." Unclean, to warn others not to approach. Medically hopeless. Leprosy was a slow death sentence, with no known cure at the time. The leper represents utter loneliness, despair, and exclusion. He was a walking dead man in his community. The prayer that overcame fear. He came to him, kneeling and pleading. This act was a violation of the law, as he was forbidden from approaching healthy people, especially a rabbi or teacher. He placed faith above the law. The specific petition, "If you are willing, you can make me clean." He did not doubt Jesus' power, "You can make me clean." He only doubted Jesus' will, "If you are willing." He knew he was unworthy. He only asked for mercy. Ultimate compassion. Jesus' reaction. He was moved with pity. He stretched out his hand and touched him. This is the centerpiece of the story. According to the law, by touching the leper, Jesus would become unclean. But instead, his holiness overpowered the uncleanness. He touched him not to be infected, but to impart life and cleanness. It was the first dignified touch the leper had received after years of being cast out. Jesus did not heal from afar with a word, as with the centurion's servant. He chose to heal with a touch to restore his humanity. Complete restoration. "I am willing. Be made clean." Jesus not only affirmed his power but also his will to heal and restore. The immediate result, immediately the leprosy left him, and he was made clean. Total cleansing. He was not only physically healed but also socially and religiously restored. He could return to his family and community and participate in worship. Jesus commanded the man to go show himself to the priest to bear witness according to the law, confirming the cleanness. The meaning for us: like Bartimaeus, lay your pain, uncleanness, and weakness before Jesus. Don't let fear hold you back. Jesus not only has the power to heal, he is also willing to do so. He is always moved with pity by sincere desperation. Sin and despair make us feel unclean and isolated. But the loving touch of Jesus is capable of cleansing the uncleanable and restoring lost dignity. The centurion's faith. The centurion was a Roman military officer, commanding about 100 soldiers. He represented foreign power and authority in Judea. As a Gentile, non-Jew, he was considered unclean and far removed from God's covenant. Despite being a Roman, he loves our nation, the Jews, and he built us a synagogue. He was respected by the Jewish people. His servant or slave, whom he valued highly, was seriously paralyzed, suffering terribly, and was about to die. Because he was a Gentile, he did not come directly but sent the Jewish elders to ask Jesus. Unparalleled humility. Jesus immediately responded to the request, "I will come and heal him." The centurion proactively intercepted Jesus as he approached the house, or sent more messengers, with the message, "Lord, I am not worthy to have you come under my roof, but only say the word, and my servant will be healed." For a Roman officer to refuse the honor of hosting a Jewish rabbi, teacher, in his home was an act of profound humility, demonstrating his recognition of Jesus' holy status. The centurion explained why he didn't need Jesus' physical presence. "For I too am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I say to one, 'Go,' and he goes, and to another, 'Come,' and he comes." The centurion understood that Jesus' power was not dependent on physical space or bodily presence. He recognized that Jesus' word had absolute authority over sickness and evil forces, just as an officer only needed to give a command for his subordinates to obey. Great faith. Christ's astonishment. Jesus, when he heard it, marveled, and declared, "Truly, I tell you, with no one in Israel have I found such faith." Jesus praised a Gentile, not of Israel, for having greater faith than anyone he had seen among the chosen people. A prophecy about the church. Taking this opportunity, Jesus prophesied about the expansion of the kingdom of heaven, where many from the east and west, Gentiles, would feast with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, while those who should have inherited would be excluded. Miracle at a distance. Jesus said, "Go, let it be done for you as you have believed." The confirmation, and the servant was healed at that very moment. The healing occurred immediately, exactly when Jesus spoke the word, proving the boundless power of his word. The nature of great faith. Great faith is not believing that Jesus can do something, but believing that Jesus only needs to speak a word and it is enough. It is absolute trust in the authority of Christ. Humility is the gateway. The centurion's humility, acknowledging his unworthiness, is what elevated his faith to an extraordinary level. No physical presence needed. True faith can receive a miracle without the physical presence of the Lord, because he is the Lord of authority in space. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss the newest content from my channel.